Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I am back with another video, and today I am holding my Siege Megatron that I fully customized, and I am hearing a bunch of Transformers news that is talking about the Earthrise toy line that made me think about how much work I put into this, and I'm really curious as to what it could be. On top of that, it seems that people can still get their hands on King Poseidon and a Cyberverse toy 3-pack that I meant to talk about in a previous video is also hitting store shelves now. I got a lot to talk about, so sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Okay, so I hope everyone is having a happy new year, and I had my live stream right before midnight on New Year's Eve as we rank in the new year, and of course I talked about in a previous video about a Quintesson that got released for Transformers Cyberverse in a 3-pack, and it seems that at the same time people are finding this, and that is a repaint of Hot Rod in addition to 3 bot-sized Sharkticons, which is a nifty set if you are collecting Cyberverse. There are images of the bots themselves along with the Sharkticons in robot mode and of course in shark mode. And here's a look at the back of the packaging. And Hot Rod is in a stealth color. Really, it kind of reminds me of the whole like Dark Rodimus, which is whether or not you consider it evil, evil Hot Rod or evil Rodimus or whatever you want to call them. And be quite honest with you, I'm not really feeling the Cyberverse toy line myself, but it is a nifty 3-pack if you are a fan of Hot Rod and you want to get every single version of the character in every single color scheme. And the Sharkticons, it's neat to have, a whole swarms of them no matter what way you look at it, whether they're G1 styled, this is kind of G1 styled, but they're more Cyberverse styled than anything else. I was thinking about actually getting the, I think it was the deluxe class Gnaw that came out for Cyberverse, since it's a little bit bigger than the Legends one that came out with, I think it was Titan's Return, but personally, I would rather a full-size Sharkticon, maybe a deluxe class style, in the War for Cybertron trilogy. We'll see about that. Now, as many of you know, I have been, talking about the Seacons in previous videos, but I didn't get a chance to talk about all 6 of them as news of them was getting released, because they were releasing them in sets of 2. Like, you could buy one or buy the other, on Takara, Tomy's mall through like their, Japanese website, or through third-party websites like Big Bad Toy Store and TF Source, I believe, was like offering. And I think Hasbro Toy Shop was doing so as well. And all of the different Seacons were getting shown what their robot modes looked like, which are remolds of previous War for Cybertron, not War for Cybertron, Prime Wars trilogy toys, released as Seacons, and it's neat because they all look fantastic. I think they really went out of their way to make the new toys look awesome. But here is King Poseidon, or King Poseidon, or Piranacon as he's known in the US, fully merged, fully combined with Overbite as the gun itself, and he looks awesome. He just straight up looks awesome. And what's really awesome too is that if you did not get a chance to order, let's say like the first 2, so you missed out on getting the first two, and you were trying to order the others, there is a possibility to be able to get your hands on all 6 of them in a box set, which comes out, in March. But it's going to be $260 when it translates out from yen into US dollars. And I don't know, of course, what it's going to cost, importing it and, getting that toy in. So it's probably going to be somewhere around $300 on the, some of the different websites that you're probably able to get them. So he's an expensive combiner. But if you're a fan of the character, I'd say it's worth it. I just don't think that he should cost that much. I understand They're doing, you know, the tooling for him. And I think Defensor, I think, was almost as expensive. And Devastator, the Unite Warriors version of Devastator, was that expensive. But I certainly would like to get my hands on this toy if he didn't cost so much, because he looks great. And he's one of the late G1 combiners that were still in the Scramble City style. And of course, this is now the Combiner Wars style combiners. And, you know, they remolded different things in order to make him be able to hold, which you can see in robot mode. What they're doing is that in order for him to hold the gun, they're using the combiner port on his side, and it's at the same time giving him a gun mode, which is neat because it means that they're showing that you can utilize like that one extra component there for him to be able to hold it. Because if you try to get him to hold it any other way, his hand kind of gets you know, heavy. And I tried doing something along the same lines with Elite 1 and, you know, as Orthea, or actually I think it was Elite 1 Infinite. I think that was like the name behind it. But in order for him to hold a gun, I'm wondering if the arm is going to be too heavy to be able to actually hold up. So I'm hoping that this mold is done like in a much better way. But I think he looks awesome. And last but not least, as I was talking about with the War for Cybertron toy line, it seems that there are more listings being shown. As I talked about previously, we already know about like Snapdragon, and we know about like the Voyager class Quintesson in Earthrise. But it seems that we are getting a Voyager class Megatron, which again, if you guys know, I customized this Siege Megatron like crazy. And I'm curious if they're going to like stick with that G1 styled robot, or if they're going to do something different for his Earth mode to maybe give him a tank mode. Personally, I would like to see a full-blown G2 styled Megatron for Earthrise myself, with the big giant purple shoulder cannon and, you know, done up so he's like just as posable as the Siege toy line. But we don't know. We don't know what they're going to do. I would like that big style Abrams tank, you know, let him be not gray, but green with the big purple cannon. You know, that's the kind of Megatron I really would like to see, just simply because the Siege toy line did a fantastic toy, you know, job with Megatron. And if you got the 35th anniversary, it's like you're almost going to feel like cheated in a way, you know? Some people probably going to feel that same way if they picked up the 35th Optimus, knowing that Earthrise Optimus is getting released. And yes, he does have blue hands. And yes, he does have a trailer. And he looks awesome. But I'm excited about that. And I'm really curious as to what this Megatron will be. From what we've seen from some images, which I'll show you right here. This, I believe, is from the Bumblebee movie, the making of, that maybe what Megatron was supposed to look like, or it might be what Megatron could look like if, like, people are saying that it's leaks as to what they're doing with the next movie after Bumblebee. Hasbro and Paramount, none of them have, like, announced what the next live-action Transformers movie is going to be. So we really don't know if that truly is like for a sequel to Bumblebee. I personally think that these were just designs that were for Bumblebee in and of itself, and this just happens to be a leak for what Megatron was designed as before they shelved it. Now, speaking of the live action films, it seems that there is going to be more studio series figures. We're going to see some more, like Scrapper and Skipjack are, to my understanding, part of the Revenge of the Fallen Devastator, and then you've got, you know, Sentinel Prime. Then of course Blitzwing being the Seeker that ripped out Bumblebee's voice box in the movie. And, you know, that's pretty neat. I kind of like disappointed because, like, he should have been a triple changer. You know, that's just my personal opinion out of that. And Cyberverse, it seems like they're getting more characters as well. Iconicus, I have no idea what that is. Thunderhowl, a large wolf, and a Skullcruncher. Wow, an ultra class Skullcruncher. maybe Skull Cruncher is a Sharkticon, you know, or not a Sharkticon, an Alicon, you know, that the Quintessons control. That's my best guess with the Cyberverse line, especially considering that they're adding a Quintesson. But, you know, the one big news that everybody is talking about right now is what will the Voyager Megatron be? That is the big news that everybody's been talking about. Everybody's been sending me messages and asking me if I heard about it, if I know about it, if I want to talk about it. And here I am. I'm hoping that it's a G2 Megatron. Most likely it'll end up being either G1 styled. Who knows? Maybe it might even be, Armado with the big shoulder tank treads, which I was never really a fan of that version of Megatron myself. I know some people, they grew up on Armada, but like to me, Megatron has a specific design that, his character like should hold, in my opinion. And it wasn't a design that I thought it was neat. It was interesting, but I liked Cybertron's Megatron the best out of the Unicron trilogy. If you were to ask me. But, I'm hoping for a G2 Megatron. And then again, Toy Fair is next month. Toy Fair is next month, and we'll find out exactly what it will be, because I am sure they'll have him on display. But I want to know what you guys think about all this Transformers news. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I've got more Transformers videos, including a Transformers discussion, coming very soon. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.